Okay, so today we are going to cover unit number 5 for course code OMBAIML 306 as well as OMBBA 306, and your course name is R Programming for Data Visualization. R Programming for Data Analysis and Visualization. Okay, so let me share you my screen first. Is the screen is visible to everyone? Okay. So today we are going to cover unit number 5, and the title of the unit is Data Preparation. Okay. Earlier it was no, okay, fine. Earlier it was R packages and scripts. So today it is data preparation. Now, those who are the learners in basics of AI/ML course, they know that what is data preparation is. So I would like to know that what do you guys understand by data preparation? Okay, I'm allowing you to unmute yourself. Okay. So those who want to answer, they can answer one by one. Okay. No need in rush. Okay, fine. So tell me, what do you guys understand by data preparation? Anyone? Yes? No one? Okay. Let me continue then. Okay, data preparation means that because your data set or the data you had collected is in raw format, okay, you need to understand, you need to provide a proper structure or format to the data set. Clear? First thing, you need to provide a proper structure. Second thing, you need to understand the data set, that what that data what values or what inputs has been collected in that data set, what that data set contains about. Okay, you need to know that. Fine. Now, because we are in the stage of data preparation, okay, so in data preparation, before we start data preparation, we need to know the data pre-processing, okay, where we include some type of functions from R, like viewing the structure of the data set, viewing the dimension, getting the dimensions, getting summary, that is median, first quartile, third quartile value, and so on, mean. Okay, so these are the part of pre-processing. Clear? Now, we after pre-processing the data, now we are in the stage of preparing the data set. Okay, we want to prepare our data for what? Because we want to build a model which should be appropriate, okay, based on our data set. So we need to prepare data. By preparing data means that we are supposed to deal with certain type of extremes, like we need to deal with the missing data, we need to take care of outliers, we need to see that if add-on not add-on, but if feature engineering, let me take you technical, if feature engineering is required, we need to do that, we need to standardize our data, we need to normalize it, and so on. These are all the part of data preparation. Clear? So taking you forward with data preparation, in R, before you go further, you need to know about one of the data structure, that is vector. Earlier, you are aware of vectors, array, matrices, and list, and so on. Okay, but today again, I'm going to introduce a new data structure. Okay, that the name of the data structure is factors. Okay, now what are factors? Factors are the data structure that are that are created on categorical data only. Okay, and factors are only applicable to those features or attributes who are having very limited values. Like, for example, marital status. Either a person will be single, or the person will be married, or separated, or divorcee. So these are the limited value for marital status feature. Okay. Like if I talk about gender, then gender can be male, female, or others. So when you want to deal with such, when you are supposed to deal with such type of data, that time, if you go through the features or values of this feature like gender or marital status, like many people, even when they are applying for application form anywhere, okay, for gender, some will write male and some will write small m, or some will write capital M. Are you getting my point? For female, they will write either complete female, either that female word it will be in uppercase or in lowercase, or they will use F, small f or capital F, and so on. So to avoid such things, like, see, we know that there are very limited values for genders, for marital status type of thing, right? So we need to create a separate type of bins or separate type of labels so that we can identify that what that labels signify. Like for example, if in my data set there is M, so for my convenience, I will mention that M is for male, F for F, it is female, O means others, and so on. Clear? So when you are about to deal with categorical data with very, very limited values, you need to convert your feature into factors. First, factors do not work with to some extent it can work with numeric value, but those numeric value must have very limited values. It must not be ranging from X to Y. Okay, it must have very, very limited value. Like division, it can be first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, or it is failed. So these are again the part of factors feature. Clear? Why we are converting them into factors? Because we need to perform statistical analysis and we need to. Sorry? Okay, is it? I guess that was a nuisance created.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, fine. It's fine. I'm muting you all. Okay. Okay. So, talking about factors again, factors can store data into multiple levels. Okay, that talking about gender, that male, female, others are the levels. Okay, for the feature gender, and it can factors can deal with both strings as well as string means again category and integer also. Clear? Now, how to convert a factor or how to create a factor. So for that, you need to go here. Okay. Let me clear everything so that it would be easy for you to see. Fine. Okay. So to create a factor, see here I'm going to create a factor, character vector for colors. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a factor. Okay. And that factor will have colors in it. And those colors are the group of character type of vector. So to create a factor, what you need to do is first thing is you need a vector to create a factor. Okay. Don't get confused with the words, both sound same. Okay, so for colors, C is used to create a vector. Okay, red, green, blue, red, green. Now if you see, there are three values: red, green, blue. Red and green are again repeated values. So as you know that factors deal with very limited value. Okay, so here we are going to convert this colors name vector variable into factor variable. Okay, so color factor is equal to, you need to use factor function, and in the parenthesis what you are doing is you are just converting one data structure into another data structure. That is type conversion. Clear? So this is the way you can create a factor. Now, if you see, like, this is the output. If you see the colors, fine, this is vector. Now, to see the vector, okay, this is the vector. So here, as you can see that after converting it into factor, it has given you levels like blue, green, and red are the three levels or are the three values which are constantly getting repeated. Clear? So this is what about factor is. Now, the thing is, why I am teaching you what is factor? Because we need to prepare our data. Our unit name is data preparation. Okay. For converting any of the data type or data structure into factor, if it is required, it is the part of data preparation. Clear? Because we have a variety of data set. So based on our data set, if in any column or in any feature or attribute you see that certain values are getting repeated and those values are very limited values. So to avoid that thing, you need to convert that data structure or that data frame or that data type into factor. Clear? Now, again, in the next code script, you can see that I had created a factor with customized levels and labels. Customized levels and labels. So here, size is having size is the name of the vector variable, character type of vector, and that size variable is having values like S, M, L, M, S. S stands for, small, medium, large. Clear? These are the sizes. So based on that size here, this size is the vector variable containing character values. Fine. Now to convert it into factor, you will require factor function again. So factor, name of your vector variable and what levels you want, because there are only three levels, that is SML. Now here customization is provided. If you want to ignore any one of the level, you can ignore because customization has been provided to you. So it is in your hand, it is in your control that if you want out of SML, if you want to drop any of the single level, you can drop. Then all the values of for that feature will be dropped throughout the data set. Keep this in mind. Okay. Now, the thing is that my values are containing letters like S, M, L. Okay. So what does it signify? So again, to know its significance, I need to provide labels. Clear? Labels like S stands for small, M stands for medium, L stands for large. So if you go through this, if I execute this, size, and if I execute after creating factor, so as you can see that factors are over here, small, medium, and large. Customization means how you can customize. It is in your control that if you want to consider all the three levels, you can. And if you don't want to consider, you want to consider only one or two, you can. This is what the customization is. But it is not preferred to customize. Clear? So this was about factor. Clear? Next. So when you process your data, you need to identify that which feature requires factorization. Confirm? Okay. Now, next. If you are dealing with data, or if you are dealing with a text type of data or document type of data, which is having a paragraph type of, or having text in it. So to process such type of data, like for example, your Facebook posts without photographs and all. Although if you upload the photograph, whatever you are posting on Facebook or whatever you are posting on Instagram, if you are writing your text, That is known as text processing. In data analysis, such type of text are also getting processed. Even if you remember that before, in any country, wherever, if rather it is a developed country, if there are elections going on, or in India, if there is a season of election, you will realize that people make comments as per their understanding, as per their to the people, to others, or to the candidates to whom they want to target. Okay, so what are these? These are the part of text processing. Okay, based on text processing, we can identify that even which candidate is having what impact on the crowd or on the public, which candidate will win and who will lose, and so on. Clear? So these are all the part of text processing if you need to process the text. Clear? So even there is a part known as, I don't know whether you have heard this technical name or not, sentimental analysis. Okay, let me give you a case study for that. Okay. When Ukraine and Russia, it's been almost more than a year. It's about to be approximately, it's going to be 2 year complete in February. 2 year will be complete of the war between Ukraine and Russia. Fine. Now, when that war began, within a day, not even within a day, within seconds, within hours, people started uh, criticizing Russia, as well as Russians started criticizing Ukrainians. Okay, and all around the world, people was supporting. Some countries, people, some citizens were supporting Ukrainians, some were supporting Russians. So, based on that comments, how you can recognize that which countries people are supporting to Ukraine, or that country people are supporting to Russia? How can you conclude that? So for that, you require sentimental analysis. And the thing is that in sentimental analysis, you are about to identify that the statement that has been posted or text over the internet is negative or positive or neutral. Negative means you are against something, positive means you are supporting something, and if you are neutral, it's fine. Then you have no, in terms of sentimental analysis, we can ignore that. It is like strong approval and strong disapproval. Even you can get five categories to identify the sentiment: approval, strongly approval, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagreement. Are you getting my point? So these are the part of sentimental analysis. And to do so, you require certain functions to work with. Clear? You need to extract some words from the text, so that, because while you are doing analysis, you are not going to read each and every word of the text. You will read only that much you want to read. But if we talk in terms of machine learning algorithms, then machine learning algorithms read each and every word within seconds, and the machine will identify whether the paragraph or the text has been posted is in the favor or it is against. It is strongly agreeing, or they are strongly disagreeing, whatever it is. Clear? So these are the part of sentimental analysis. Okay, now even in sentimental analysis also, or even in natural language processing, which is the again the part of machine learning. Okay, natural language processing is NLP. You might have heard that. So even in NLP or in SA, sentimental analysis, both requires text documents to work on, to process the data. Here, generally, till the date, you are aware of the thing that your data set is uh, containing rows and columns. Fine. And each column is having single value. Let me finish first. I will answer you later on. Okay. I know you had raised your hand. Okay. Fine. Just hold on 2 minutes. Let me finish first. So, what I was talking. Okay. So, the thing is that even in natural language processing, we require to extract certain words so that we can work on it. See, like, even people can write text in form of, for example, let me give you an example. His writing is clean, positive statement. His writing is not clean, but the clean word is getting extracted by the algorithm. The algorithm is not working on not. Rather, if a person is writing like his writing is untidy, automatically you can conclude that untidy is an opposite of tidy. This means that it is strongly negative comment. It is negative. Okay. Now, if I write not clean, it can be affirmation or it can be my conclusion. So, your machine learning algorithm must be based on that, such that your algorithm can identify that in what sense, what are the sentiments that are working behind that statement. Clear? So, the part of that type of processing of data, we require certain functions even when we are working with our normal data set also. We require these two functions. The name of these two functions are sub function and g sub function. Okay, let me answer first before I continue now. Ma'am, please raise your audio volume. Am I not audible? My volume is full, dear. Am I audible or not? Just write yes or no. Is my volume is low or slow? Okay. And the volume trouble is fine? It's loud. Okay. Should I slow it down? Sorry, low it down. Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay. So, a person has raised his hand. I guess that that student has this question only, that I'm not audible clearly. The student learner who has raised his hand, I'm talking to him. Okay. Because in my chat, I can't see you right now. Okay. So, continuing. Okay. Please don't create a mess on the chat box. I request every learner. Do not target anyone. It is just a request. Fine? Please don't do this. I don't like it. Okay. Now, coming to those two functions, that is sub and g sub. Okay. These two functions works with string manipulation. So these two functions are basically used for manipulating the string. Now, as I told you that when we are dealing with the natural language processing or we want to perform sentimental analysis, okay, so in both of these aspects, what we require is we need to extract the word. Okay. And after extracting that word, we need to convert it. We need to replace it with some other word. Like, for example, if someone has written not clean, right? So, not clean means what? Untidy. Clear? So, what you will do? Being an analyst, you will just replace the word after identifying the sentiments that are hidden behind the written statement. Clear? So for that you require sub and g sub. Okay. Now talking about sub function only works with the first occurrence of that word you want to work with. Clear? Let's talk about the example. Okay. Again, one more is there. Okay. So look over here. I'm talking about sub. Okay. Now here I had created a string. Okay. And the name of my string variable is text. So the string text is having the text like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy brown dog. Clear? This is just a statement. There is no hidden sentiments behind writing this statement. So there is no sentimental analysis at all. But there is a natural language processing, of course. So I want to modify this text. Okay, what I want to modify is that I want to substitute rather than where brown has been written, or I want to replace brown with the word red. Clear? And on what this operation should be performed? The name of my text variable, that is text. Clear? So wherever in text variable brown will come, it will be replaced with red. But because I had used sub function, so sub function will replace only first occurrence of brown. That is, here, two times brown has been written in the text. That is brown fox and lazy brown dog. So sub will replace only brown, which is the first occurrence of brown. Okay. So if I execute this modified text, printing it. Now, if you look at the output, you will find that only first brown has been replaced and the second brown has not been replaced. Clear? So based on your requirement, if you want to replace only the first occurrence of any word, then you can use sub function. But if you want to replace each and every occurrence of that word, then you need to use G sub. Clear? Same statement has been written by me again in text, and as I modified the text, I had used G sub. Now, wherever in the text variable brown is written, that brown will be replaced with red. Okay, so if I execute this, now you can see that red fox and red dog. When you want to convert or when you want to replace every occurrence of the word, you need to use G sub. And when you want to replace only first occurrence of that word, then you need to use sub. Okay. Now here, while I was using sub, brown fox has become red fox, but brown dog has not been replaced with red dog. Why? Because sub deals with the first occurrence only. This is the only difference between sub function and G sub function. Sub functions deal with the first occurrence only, and for the remaining occurrences, it won't work. But if you want to deal with the remaining occurrence, then you need to use G sub. Clear? So this is also the part of your data processing. Hold on. It is not double S, but G sub. Okay. So clear? Any doubt? Okay. Now, next, there is one term, and the term is factual analysis method. When you are about to process your data, one is pre-processing, one is processing. Okay. Pre-processing is something different with data processing. Although data pre-processing is the part of data processing itself. Clear? So don't get confused. These are just the words to play with around. But the fact is that in the niche, what I can conclude to you guys is that you need to do data processing. Okay. Now, the thing is, while processing the data, you need to use a factual analysis method. Now, what is factual analysis method? As the name suggests, you are about to, this method deals with the analysis of facts. Okay. Now, what does I mean by factual analysis method? See, very first thing, it is a systematic approach. Why? Because there are steps to conduct the factual analysis. Clear? The steps begins with the data collection, then data cleansing, then data transforming, then data integrating, and so on. Clear? So this is why it is known as a systematic approach, because there is a step-by-step process, step-by-step we need to process the data. Clear? And why we need factual analysis method for data processing? Because we need to take informed decisions, because we want to identify the hidden trends, because we need to identify the hidden patterns from the data available to you. Okay, as you know that earlier also I had told you guys that 80% of the time is consumed just for data pre-processing. Yes, just to cleanse your data, just to standardize your data, to provide a proper format or a structure to your data. This time is the 80% consumption of time. These phases or stages consumes 80% of the time when you are analyzing the data. Okay, see, you analyze data as you collect the data. That is your when your data is in raw format or when your data is having little bit sense. Clear? So again you will analyze data after cleaning it up. And why you are that time analyze the data? Because now you are about to build the model. So your model will be based on that data. If your data is having outlier, missing data, your data is not in standardized form, your data is having a variety of data structures and data types, you won't be able to build a model then. So this is why these terms are nothing. See, don't get confused first with the terms. Fine. What you need to do, you already know. You need to collect the data, pre-process the data, that is cleansing, integration, and transformation and all. Okay. Then you need, again, you will plot the data to see that whether you are getting either your data is skewed or not skewed, your data is having missing values or not, outliers should be treated on are treated or not, or you had removed or you need to remove, how much available records are there in the data set to build the model, and so on. So these are all the part of factual analysis method, from starting from A to Z. Even if you're visualizing your data at the end, it is also the part of factual analysis method. Factual analysis method is nothing but analyzing based on facts, what data set is providing you. When data set was unclean, that time again, that time also you will analyze the facts or data. And after cleaning the data, again you will analyze the data. And after preparing the model, that is machine learning algorithm also, again you will analyze your data, that whether your data or and your model is working properly or not on your data set. Clear? Why we need to do this analysis of data? Because we want that our pattern or trend should be non-partial or unpartial. That is, our data should be unbiased. Why? Because if it is biased data, model again will get compromised with the quality, in terms of quality. So we take care of that. We need to know that whether our data is biased or unbiased. And what to want to get unbiased data, you need to do random sampling. You need to use random sampling technique. There are two types of techniques available to collect the sample, to collect the data. Okay, so those two type of sampling techniques are probabilistic and non-probabilistic. Probabilistic means that each and every sample will get equal chance of selection. That is probabilistic. Non-probabilistic is biased. It is partial. You will select at your own based on your conveniency. That is what non-probabilistic sampling is. Clear? So whenever we want unbiased conclusions, or whenever we require unbiased decision making, we use probabilistic sampling techniques. Clear? So next method is deriving values method. Okay, hold on. Before we go further, factual analysis method. Now, you are aware of what is factual analysis method. Let me take you again to the R studio to show you how you can do. See, in factual analysis method also, you need to deal with the missing values. You need to deal with the out. See, for outlier, there is only one treatment. Okay. So here again, we are trying to identify the missing values technically. Okay, so again, I had imported the data set, that is brittleness index data. Just hold on. Sorry for a disturbance. Okay. So, uh, earlier in the last session, I showed you how to deal with the missing data. First thing, before dealing with the missing data, you need to identify the missing data. Okay, you can do it manually using your Excel sheet. There you can apply filter. In filter, you can select NA, NaN, or blanks in your data set. Based on that, but that thing is manual, right? You need to do it manually. Just writing few words, if your task is getting done, what's the problem in that? Being technical people, like if you know, if you're aware of the data analysis techniques, it will be very fine, and it will be very convenient to you guys to identify that thing. Why? Because your data set is not about hundreds of values only. Your data set is having loads of or it is having a huge volume of data. So rather than doing it manually or applying filter, what you can do is you can use data analysis programming languages like R, Python to get your tasks done. Okay, so talking about R, again, I'm going to import the brittleness data. As you know how to import the data, read.csv and the complete path of your data set. Okay, and the thing is, you need to write it in double quotes, and all the backslash will be converted into forward slash. Repeating it again, when you copy the path of your data set, that time, if you paste it over here, you will identify that there are backward slash while you are copying the path. While you had copied the path, pasted your path. So what you need to do is you need to convert all the backslash into forward slash. That's it. Task done. Okay. If you execute this, brittleness data, okay, because my brittleness index data is the name of my data set. So it will get imported and it will be stored in brittleness data variable. This is not variable, this is data frame, because we want to store data set. So data frame is required. Only data frame is the variable who can give you column names as well as their values. And there is no limited capacity of data frame. Clear? So this is why you need to make data frame. Okay. So brittleness data is my data frame name. Okay. I had already imported it. Again, I'm going to import it. Fine. Now, what that data contains using had and using class. See, I had used the class to show you that brittleness data, this variable is what this variable is, your data dot frame. That is, it is data frame. Clear? Whether you want it or not, whenever you are importing your data set, by default it is holded by data frame only. R is that much having intellect. Clear? Now, dimension you will get of brittleness data, same 23 rows and 3 columns. You will get the summary, same. Again, these are the part of descriptive statistics. Now, how to check that, how to check the missing values in the data set. So, last time you were aware of this statement is .na. You are trying to check that are there any NA in the data frame brittleness data. Okay. Now, last time you had used any, and any is giving you only single output, either true or false. So if I write any, true, this means that your data set is having NA. Okay, NA is, not applicable. Now, the thing is, if you want to see that where in your data set where NA are available, for that you need not to write any function. Okay. If I execute this now, because my data set was having 23 rows, so wherever you get true written, this means that there is NA. So on 12 and 13 in column 1, there is true. That is, there is NA written. Next, in second column, again, second and third value is having true. Okay, let me show you again had brittleness data. See, NA is written in second column on second and third. So if you see over here also, on second and third, for second column, true is written. True means that NA is there. Clear? So you can even identify for overall data set, or you can identify for each and every column value. Based on your conveniency, you can perform the thing. If you are using any, NA will give you the summary that NAs are present or not. NA and NAN. Okay. Are there any missing value or not? So either it will be yes or it is no. To see where they are available, like where missing values are available in the data set, for that you need not write any. Okay, just write this statement is .na and your data frame name, and at the locations you will get true written where NA is available. Fine. Now, one more thing you can do with to identify the missing value is you can use complete dot cases. Okay. Now, what complete dot cases do? Complete dot cases identify the rows with missing values. So again, I'm going to show you that your data set is okay. Now you know second and third row is having missing value, that is NA. Okay. Now if I execute this and okay, hold on. Complete cases. Sorry. Complete cases. Brittleness data. Now here, as you can see that after comma, I have pressed space bar key. Why? Because I want to deal with the blank data. And blank data is technically displayed by space, as well as I want to apply it on whole data. So there is no number of column I had mentioned. Clear? So here you can see that what complete cases has done is it is just removing the complete row. If you remember in your data set, second and third row, not this. Okay. Second and third row was having NA. Fine. Now, if you see the output of complete cases, see after 1, directly 4 has been displayed to you. This means that 2 and 3 are not available. This means second row and third row are having NA in them. So this is one more way to identify NA. Clear? So where there is a missing row number, this means that there is missing value in that row, in any of the column. Okay, in that row, but in any column. Fine. See, after 11 also, 12, 13, 14 has been dismissed. Clear? So complete cases will give you only those rows who are having all values and they are not containing any of the NA or NAN or any of the missing value. Clear? Third way to identify the missing data in your data set. Now, here it is the advanced technique to identify it. So, using dplyr package. Clear? So, because dplyr is not available by default in R, so you need to install that dplyr, dplyr. Okay. Dplyr you need to install using install.packages. Clear? After it get installed, you need to write library to just check that whether that package has been installed properly or not. If library statement is successfully executed, this means that dplyr has been installed with all its dependencies. Clear? Now, you need to write this statement, that is summarize underscore all is used to give you the sum or summary of all the NAs. See, I had installed dplyr. Last time it was not, if you remember, last time mice was not getting installed on my system because it was taking so much time. So I just stopped that process. This time I had already installed my dplyr. Okay. So if I execute this statement, you will get that I'm having in TK104, I'm having 3 NA. In TK105, I'm having only 2 NAs, that is 2 missing value. And in 107 column, in the third column, I have nothing. None of the value is 0. Even you can see that using your brittleness data. See in the row 1. Okay, here it is. Okay, so in row 1, there are 3 NA. Okay, in row 2, there are 2 NA. And in row 3, there are no NA. So 320 means what? There are 3 NAs in first column, 2 NAs, that is 2 missing value in second column, and no missing values in third column. This one is nothing but the row number. Because it is displaying value to you, so it has given you 1. That 1 means nothing except row number, row 1. Clear? So this is the advanced technique to identify NA in your data set. Clear? Let me tell you, remind you back again that in your next semester, you are about to prepare your project work and you need to know that how to treat missing values in your data set. Because in the next semester, you are supposed to select your own project topic. You are supposed to collect your data set. In that data set, you will require data processing, data pre-processing techniques. So you need to know that how to deal with missing values. Okay, I guess that using dplyr math package, it is the best thing because it is giving me summary about how many NAs are available in first column, second column, third column specifically. Rather than above, like if I talk about complete cases is just removing the complete row. Again, it would be it would require manual activity for me to identify that which row number is missed. Clear? And if I talk about is.na, is.na is again having true, false, remember? So again, it is very complicated for me. But for my convenience, dplyr, I think that it is up to you. The dplyr, using dplyr, you can identify that how many missing values are available in your columns. Clear? Next, one more is there, that is ggplot2. One more package is there. You can install it via install.packages, ggplot2. Okay. ggplot2 is generally used for visualization in R. And in ggplot2, there is a concept of heat map. Okay. I had not showed you the syntax of that practical implementation because it is very much complicated for you guys to understand, but I'm just mentioning you orally. ggplot2 is used for data visualization and to see the visualization of available missing values in your data set. You require to install ggplot2, and from that ggplot2 package, you need to use the heat map function. Okay, so based on that heat map function, if you see how heat map function looks like, based on the colors you provide, by default, the color are from blue and red, intense blue to intense red. Okay, so based on that, you can see that where NA are available in your data set. Clear? Next. So this was the part of your factual analysis method to identify the missing data. Next, talking about deriving value method. This is again one more method we used for processing of data. As the name suggests, this method is used to derive the values. Now, the question is why we need to derive the value? The thing is, because there are missing value in our data set, so to either what we can do is, very first thing, we can remove those records from the complete record we need to remove from our data set so that there will be no missing value at all. After identifying missing values, what will you do to those missing values? Either you will remove the complete record or you will give proper treatment to those missing value. Clear? So, giving the proper treatment the means what? You will replace that NA or NAN, that missing value, with some useful value. Clear? That useful value can be your mean or median value. Very first option, which is the part of imputation. Clear? Second, we have many more techniques to do imputations. Imputation means providing a useful value to replace missing value. Clear? This is what imputation means. Now, there are techniques we are having to derive the value for replacing the missing data. The very first is regression imputation. Regression is also the part in your machine learning subject also. You might remember what is regression is. We have variety of regression: simple linear, multiple linear, and polynomial linear regression. In the regression imputation, what we do is, based on the independent variable, we try to predict the values of the dependent variable. Listen to me again. Based on the values of independent variable, we try to identify, or we try to put the value of dependent variable, because that dependent variable is having missing value. So based on the relationship of attributes, we try to identify. Okay, for example, regression can be is applicable to the data set where with the increase in age, height is also increased. Now, while collecting the data, there are chances that somewhere height is not captured, or there is missing values in height parameter, because height is the dependent variable and age is the independent variable. If I talk about such type of data set, that with the increase in age, height is getting increased. So high age is independent, but height is dependent, because as the age increases, height is also getting increased. So age is independent variable or the predictor variable, and height is the dependent variable, or we can call it the target variable. Clear? So we can use regression. Regression imputation works with the relationship that exists among the attributes. Based on one attribute, second attribute is we can identify the second attribute. Clear? Next is KNN imputation. KNN is the type of nearest neighbor. Now, see, KNN works with probability. Okay, for example, if I have 13 cards, all that I know that all those cards are black cards. Clear? Or for example, if I'm having 13 cards and all those cards are red in color. Now, red can be diamond or red can be heart. Clear? Now, if I talk about KNN, okay, that is K nearest neighbor. Okay. Now, so majority of times in those 13 cards where there is a missing value, we will suspect the nearby cards of that missing card value. Clear? Based on that, whichever card is having the majority, that is, if diamond cards are in majority, then we will impute in play, we will replace that missing value with the diamond card. Or if there is the majority with heart cards, then we will impute heart to replace the missing value. Clear? This is what KNN is. Third one is median imputation. You all know. And the last is custom derivation. Custom derivation is based on your convenience, is based on your specific data set. Clear? Technically, if I talk about, generally we use KNN and regression. We avoid mean median imputation. Apart from that, if we are dealing with forecasting or a time series type of analysis, then for that also we have some time series interpolation techniques to replace the missing data. And the fact is that that is not in your curriculum right now. Okay, so the only thing you need to know is how to derive value, how you can replace missing value. Okay, so these are the techniques you need to know. Yes, if you have large data set, see, if you have very less number of rows which are having missing values, it's fine. You can replace them, you can remove, you can drop those rows. But if your data set is having majority of missing value, then you cannot drop those rows. And one more thing is that if your if the missing values are available in that feature which is contributing or having influence on the some other parameters or some other features also, then again you cannot drop that missing value feature. Are you getting it? Before dropping, you need to know that what is, you need to know a pre-data analysis, that which attributes are having in connections or having combinations with that feature, how that feature is influencing other features, what relationship is existing. If it is it okay if I drop this? This is why I told you that 80% of time get consumed just to process the data. Only 20% timing is required to build the model. Building a model is not a big deal. Let me tell you, it is not a big deal at all. But dealing with missing values, whether we want to drop the columns or we want to drop the rows or we need imputation. If we need imputation, what type of imputation we need? It is also a major decision. So the way I talk to you, it doesn't don't seem to the data set in that way. It is a very complicated task. Okay. See, talking. Someone has written that when we will get our books, your books are printing right now. Better you to get the exact answer. I would like to suggest you that you should talk to the mentors because they better know. Okay. Okay. Can you use matplot in place of ggplot? See, it's not about plotting or it's not about visualizing the data. What you want in the for the visualization, because I want to see NA values, missing values. Matplot cannot give me missing values. So this is why I need to use ggplot2, which is the advanced version of ggplot. Heat maps are not available in ggplot. Okay, functionalities, there are functionality constraints in ggplot package. So we need to use ggplot2 version 2. Okay, you cannot use matplot. You can use matplot when your data has been cleansed, your data has been processed. Only that, after that you can use matplot to visualize your data. But if you want to use, if you want to see your missing values, you need to use ggplot2. Okay. So this was all about today's session, that is data processing. Any doubt, you can ask. I'm sharing you my Google feedback form link. Kindly fill it. And if you have any doubt regarding today's session, I'm available right now. You can ask, or you can also mail me if you even realize later on or afterwards while you are studying. Even that time you can also mail me. But don't be in rush. It may take a day or two to give a reply. Hopefully, I will give you within 24 hours, but it may take a day or two. Clear? So this was all about today's session. And thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you for paying attention. Have a happy learning. And to dive deep, you can go to Swayam portal. Okay. Once again, thank you. Have a happy learning.